Welcome to the Gold Coast of Australia, here for the round of Queensland here at Surfers Paradise. It's getting down to crunch time now for the ARCSOA Elite Series. There's only a handful of races to go this season, and with Charles Sanford and Sean Angel kind of pulling away here, I think a few drivers are going to need some good results that are a little bit further back. We're going into some tracks that Kenny Myatt would be strong at, but in his final championship run, he's got to start getting some pretty decent results pretty quickly here. He's had a lot of bad luck lately. A couple of other drivers back there, 2 Red Bull cars, have been strong this season, and they need some better results as well right now. It's just been kind of one of those seasons where consistency matters. It's not about outright speed. Ryan Griffin needs some more results. Ryan Griffin has won the most races of this season, yet he isn't in the points contention right now, or hasn't really been on points contending position because he's just been inconsistent. Consistency matters here. We are running the shortened 1.8 mile road course here at Surfers Paradise, not the big track that the V6 Champ cars run on. So without further ado, let's go down to the race here for the round of Queensland. Before we even get going, Jacob Hart's got a problem, and Jessica Shelton turned him. Not sure what that was about. Hart was our pole sitter, and the 12's turning him too. What is everybody doing? Alright, well, this is going to be a kind of a messed up start. The 9 now has inherited the lead. I don't know how that happened. And the 47's getting turned again! Okay, well, the 9's got the lead. And he rockets down to turn 1. We're going to take a look and see what happened to Jacob Hart again there, but as the field kind of maneuvers around that first chicane, I think everybody got through it all right. I'm wondering what was going on with Jacob Hart. So Jacob Hart's got a problem. He comes over on Shelton. That's pretty silly as it is. Now you've also got John Arndt breaking down, which holds up the field as well. Then he comes down on the 12. The 12 doesn't have time for that. Wrecks him right there, and then he's trying to get back down to the pits to try and get the damage replaced, and the 6 is there. So Jacob Hart, he's a veteran. He ought to know better than that. But right now, we're green by this point, so then people like the 14 car gain a ton of spots. Anyway, Kenny Myatt leads on the end of the first lap. James Shelley's in second. Here comes Arndt out of the pits. That's a lap down car, but considering this is a street race, it may end up pretty competitive here at the end. Ekdahl third, Shelton fourth, Washer fifth, Wilhoit sixth, Zarin in seventh. Battle between Sean Angel and Michelia for 8th. 10th is a battle between Atkins and Vincent Allen as we go through the order a bit here. Oh, contact there. Vander Pesch is around with DJ Curtis. So Vander Pesch is going to get on the gas here, and I think the car breaks down on him. And right here, just everybody's trying to get by him, and the 41 got into him, and then the 7 did right there, and that's going to put the 4 out of the race, or at least he has to get a tow back to the pits. Meanwhile, points leader Charles Sanford at the end of the first lap had a tire go down, and he had to come down pit road. So Sanford's going to have a big gap. He's going to have a big dent into his point lead right there. Zarin's battling with Wilhoit now as they kind of maneuver down this curved street onto the original part of the circuit. Here they go through the S's, or the second set of S's. This track has a lot of them. Oh, Wilhoit's around. He got too much curving there, and Wilhoit's going to lose a ton of spots here. Well, you got to be careful about that. Those curbs, if you're too aggressive over them, you're going to lose it. And Wilhoit proves that point. Vincent Allen and Michelia are going at it again here as they kind of, I think this is the last corner. It's either the last corner or one of them. They should be coming out of the front stretch here. I think, yes, this is the front stretch. Vincent Allen's going to get the position away from Michelia. And Vincent Allen jumps up to 8th.
Tomas Saarinen all over the back of Washer now as they try and enter the braking zone. Got to be careful, though. This isn't exactly the biggest track on our schedule, widest. Not a lot of moves they can make here. Go on board Saarinen's roof cam. And you're just going to see, I think, as they get down into the quarrying complex here, this is the same S's that Will the way lost it in. Like I said, you got to be real careful over that curbing. Chris Dodd leaves the pits after a tire going down. Brock had likewise situation. Something happened with Aiden Shepard. He has his front end all caved in. There's Vander Pesch rejoining the race. Kyle Collins is in as well. Let's see what happened with Shepard here. We honestly couldn't find where Shepard got that damage. Looked like he got it maybe from that start schmozzle there, but as Aiden Shepard now is a lap down, and he is, well, this whole group's going to be caught by the leader, Myatt, here. Myatt needs wins if he wants to be a threat in his final season. He's, I believe, 70-odd points behind Charles Sanford, which is a long gap to make up, honestly. I won't say it's impossible, but it's going to be a very tall order. Now I'm wondering if there's maybe some scheduled stops here, because Michaels, Eichholz, and Stella are all coming down pit road. That's interesting because I wouldn't have thought that Stella was having a pretty good run, actually, in this race. It's, now he's battling with Dodd. There's Michaels coming out of the pits. That's near Aiden Shepard, just behind Shepard. Got to be careful if you're Michaels here. Kenny Myatt, the leader, now is in heavy lap traffic as he goes around this track here. This is going to be hard to get by. This track isn't easy to pass on in the first place. Well, we're also seeing James Shelley's closing in on the 9 here and getting by slower lap traffic, which actually isn't all that, well, DJ Curtis is pretty slow right now. I think there's a lot of issues with that car. But Myatt's got a lot of work to do to get by some of these cars. Lucien Ekdahl, I think, would have some... You would get on the brakes here, lose a position to Sheldon, kind of almost get dumped there by the 76 car. Lose 2 spots there, and now he's battling with Saarinen right now. Ekdahl then found out he had a tire rub, so he came down pit road on lap 7 to, or on the end of lap 6 to see if he could fix anything wrong with that, or see if he had a vibration. I'm not sure if it was a tire rub or not, but he did come down pit road to try and see if he could fix that issue. Tyler Thaber, while going through the chicane, would grenade the motor of the 74 car. The Menards ARCSOA America car is smoking there. That's Zachary Fitzwater, one of the homebodies here in Australia. Perkins gets by pretty easy here, and Perkins does, oh, what's Fitzwater doing? Fitzwater's getting into him. Fitzwater just dumped him. And then Roush had nowhere to... That was idiotic on Fitzwater's part. And he just took himself out of the race in the process because that car just died. What an idiot. Faber's trying to get back home now as we're seeing Faber's having a lot of issues. He's holding up a couple lap cars. He's staying out of the way like he's supposed to. But it looks like Charles Sanford's going to get a little impatient with him. The 38 tried to make a crazy move on the 39 and the 2. Didn't exactly work, and now we got a big stack up here with the leader being held up. So this is going to help third place Jessica Sheldon, I think, unless if Sheldon gets held up, which she does. There goes Washer by, and the 12. So now, whoa, look at friggin' Sean Angel gained like 5 spots there in the process. So this is a great day for Qantas Team Australia, but this has been an absolutely chaotic start to the race. I'm not sure what's going on in this one, to be honest with you. I'm more with the race leader, Kenny Myatt, as he's going to try and find a way by Kyle Collins here. The next section of corners is a very difficult one where cars can get backed up quite easily here. Gotta be careful going through this section. Those S's are very crazy. ARCSOA doesn't really, these cars don't really like them that much. However, I digress. James Shelley's in second, and there is some massive time fall off from all the hold up there. There's Chris Washer Tomas Sernen's up into 4th, Angel 5th, Shelton down to 6th, Vincent Allen 7th. New contact there between that's Michelia and Jake Baskinger. They're fighting hard for position there. And they have been going. Michelia has been very competitive today. Just trying every move he can figure out here. I thought he was going to try up the inside of Baskinger there. I didn't think that would work. We're with second place man James Shelley. That's Myatt in front of him in the blue Patronus Honda. Both these drivers need good results here. Shelley's season's been nothing short of a disaster other than his American 700 victory. Shelley's season has not been that strong, and now he's got to try and catch the 9, who has been strong this year, just had a lot of bad luck, kind of like the Porsche Brigade. A lot of bad luck, but have been strong, and we're seeing Shelley is a bit quicker than the 9 right now, but the 9's being held up by the 3. This track is very abrasive on tires, so we're seeing the 2 leaders come down pit road. This is the 9 of Myatt Shelley in the 86. Further up the track, the race leader now is Chris Washer. Washer and Cernan now are battling for position. And now that the 9 and the 86 are in the pits, this is going to be a very important pit battle, I think, here between the Patronus Honda and the Durbin Sport crews. The Durbin Sport team has some of the best pit crews in the entire series here. And we're going to see which pit crew gets done quickly. Problems with Charles Sanford. I think he just has a few mechanical problems. There goes the 86 of the Durbin Sport out. And the 9, they make contact coming out of the pits. That's big contact there. And Mike gets out beforehand, but that was a very unsafe release there. And that's actually, I think, going to put Ekdahl. No, it's not. Never mind. Thought Ekdahl was in the lead for a second there, but he isn't. That was a very unsafe release there by the 9 crew. I'm not sure who to blame, Myatt on that, or his pit crew, or his crew chief, or team strategist in this case, or his spotter. But that was a big miscue there by Myatt. Everybody else now is coming on pit road for the most part. I don't think anybody in the top 10 is really going to stay out another lap. This is going to be there are going to be a lot of pit stops in this race, I believe. Like I said, this track is very abrasive. Those curves don't do the tires well. So now it's the 9 versus whoever gets out of the pits first out of that group. And the 9's already on the start-finish straight, so whoever's in the pits needs to get a quick pit stop to get in and out here. And the 9's got a big lead. Shelley's going to hold second. Here comes Washer out of the pits. More contact I heard coming out. Might have been with, yes, it was the 5 and the 83. But yes, the battles are back on. However, for the unsafe release, ARCSOA has declared that Myatt has to come back down the pit road for a penalty. Oh, big crash there for Ryan Matthews. Wonder what happened to him. He was coming out of the pits for Matthews, but other than that, we don't have much on it. There isn't really a good camera, or it wasn't out of the pits, it was way down in this section of the track, and there aren't that good of camera angles down there. The only thing we could get was behind a building. So Ryan Matthews is done right now. Yeah, not sure how that one happened, but he's got a lot of front end damage, so it must have been a big hit. Ooh, more problems for Aiden Shepard. Shepard has, I believe, a pretty serious mechanical problem. They've got the hood up on that car. They're doing some work. Ooh, Saarinen in pit road now. Tomas Saarinen. He got a penalty for merging out of the pits unsafely. So, both Patronus needs to maybe work on their pit crew stuff a little bit better here. That whole pit road schmozzle there put Myatt down in 26th position. Myatt's going to need a miracle now. Chris Washer from second position with Grenade the ARCSOA America now here on lap 14, and that's going to be his race done. He's holding up Charles Sanford, which Sanford really doesn't want that to happen. But yes, Chris Washer's done. The other thing, Charles Sanford doesn't want to see a Sean Angel running P2. Angel is quite strong right now, but there's a big gap between him and James Shelley. Shelley is got a pretty substantial gap over the 55 car. Just in perspective, now Angel's going in through that S complex, and Shelley went through a few minutes, or that seemingly a few minutes ago. It was a couple of seconds, but it seemed like a few minutes of race time. But yes, Sean Angel's got a lot of ground to make up. While this is going on, Kenny Myatt setting some of the fastest laps of the race right now. Down in 21st position. I don't think he'll win the race, but I think he is going to definitely, maybe with some pit strategy, Myatt will be a threat. James Shelley's opened himself up to a 10-second lead over second place man Sean Angel. Wants his Team Australia, wants some good runs here in this Australian Tour. They are closing their ARCSOA operations to focus in on their V8 Touring Car Series here in Australia. They're another series participating this weekend here at the Surfers Paradise Circuit. They were on right before this with a little sprint race that they ran here. But Sean Angel's got a lot of ground to make up, and he's definitely not as quick as James Shelley. Tristan Wilhoit would pit early on as well here on this run, apparently for a tire going down, so Porsche's bad luck goes from bad to worse. This is early to pit for James Shelley. I wonder if there's an issue with that car, but second position is the 55 car, and I think he just inherited the lead. Yes, he did. So now, second position is going to be Vincent Allen. That's a very, very early stop there for James Shelley. I'm not sure why they're bringing him in that soon. That seems like a disaster, but they only took right side tires. So this could be pretty interesting here as this race goes on. To see what Shelley and them are doing, as I thought I heard a wreck further up. Oh yes, big wreck. That's Aiden Shepard, Aaron Perkins, and Cooper Siren in there, and that's going to hold Shelley up big time. Aiden Shepard's coming out of the pits. He would actually catch the end of the wall there and fire his car around, and that's what backs everybody up. The lap car of Tanya Jackwaters all over the back of Shelley. It looks like Shelley might have been a little rattled there. Myatt, of course, hasn't pitted yet, but technically that is for position between Myatt and Shelley. But, right now, Shelley's pitted, Myatt hasn't, and, well, Myatt's still behind him. So now it's Sean Angel's turn to have a big lead now over second position. That's Vincent Allen, 7.8 seconds between them. Shelley is in third, Pericles in fourth. Didn't expect to see him here. Too strong here. Tauger fifth, that's a shock. Cadcar sixth. Ryan Griffin seventh. Griffin needs more good runs. Eighth for Alex Allen. Ninth for Aaron Perkins, and 10th for Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Now this is interesting. Myatt's on a totally different strategy here, but he's still faster than Shelley, even though Shelley's got newer tires. But this is going to hamper Myatt's progress forward because he's battling with Shelley, a car that I don't think he's going to catch. However, James Shelley, right as he passed the pit road, would have a tire go down. So Shelley's got to go all the way around at a very slow speed because his car's not right. So tire problems galore here at Surfers Paradise. Oh, that's Christian Vanderpesch grenading the motor on the 4 car. That's been a miserable weekend for him and his teammate Tristan Wilhoit. Tough break for Porsche. Race leader Sean Angel comes down pit road. We're looking for second place man Truck Tauger? Yes, Truck Tauger. Vincent Allen pitted the lap earlier. So now, Angel should get the lead here by a big margin. Yes, he does. Actually, second's going to go to Myatt through all this, but Myatt's got to pit again. Myatt's on a different strategy. I won't count him out yet, but Myatt's still one of the fastest cars, even on older tires. He's still faster than some on new. Kenny Myatt brings the 9 down pit road here. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with this, because the 9 has another opportunity. He might be able to eliminate a pit stop here, I'm thinking. So we're going to see what Myatt does. The vibration that James Shelley was fearing was feeling was a lot more sinister than just a normal tire. It was a camshaft, so he's out. Tanya Jackwater was having some issues there, and Brock would get impatient and dump the 46 of Shepard around. So Shepard's race is going pretty bad as there goes his teammate by. His teammate could be in contention to win this race at this rate. So Angel leads now over Vincent Allen, Nick Pericles, Gabe Messina, quiet run in 4th, and Trek Tauger 5th, Brock 6th, 7th is Will Hoyt, who was having a bad day, but just not as bad as everybody else. 8th goes to Ryan Griffin, who's struggled with this track. 9th is to Padcar, and 10th, I believe, is to Kuznetsov. Yeah. Sean Angel is now the fastest car on the track, with the exception of a couple of cars here. Yevgeny Kuznetsov is very quick right now in the 16 car. And once again, when Maya's not held up in traffic, he's the fastest car on the track. And he's up into 14th, I believe, on merit. So it kind of shows how strong that 9 is. I wouldn't actually necessarily count him completely out of this one yet, either. We're going to look at his time this time by. It should be a slow time. Yeah, it was a 1:20. That's because he was held up by Roush that entire lap. Battle for 7th is between both Nokia Finland. This could be double points for Nokia Finland. Great showing for them. Double top 10. And Aaron Perkins. All three of them are about... Myatt, I bet, could do a 1:17 with that car. So they're about 3 seconds slower than Meyer right now. And you're just seeing it right here. Look at the 9 fly through those S-bends. I don't even think the 55 can do that. The 55's doing 1:18, so Myatt's about a second faster. Except for Kuznetsov, Myatt is about a second faster than everybody in the field right now. And here's just to prove it, without any lap interference, Myatt just did a 1:17.7. But now he's being held up by Aiden Shepard, who I think his fastest lap is about, oh, I was going to say 1:25, but he is moderately quicker than I thought he was. But for being a difficult track to pass on, the 9's doing a good job getting by some of these lap cars now. Eddie Padcar's in 6th right now, and Padcar, I honestly, wow, Tanya Jackwater with a 1:17.8. Jackwater, despite being a couple laps down, is fast right now. But right now I'm looking at Joshua Mike, or right now Eddie Padcar is doing 1:19, so, and he's in the top, well, just out on the top 5. Tauger's doing the 1:19. Pericles isn't that quick. Vincent Allen's doing 1:20s, but I think that was traffic interfered. Kuznetsov's a lap down now because he's on a different strategy. And Angel's doing 1:19s by himself, so it kind of shows that Angel's not the best car out there, despite his big lead. He's just been clean. And now this shows some, Vincent Allen was almost going to get passed by Jay Stella, a lapped car, so it shows that Vincent Allen doesn't have that great of a car. A little bit of an accident here. Actually, this was a pretty big one as William Brock would get on the curbs. Ben Atkins wasn't paying attention. Around Atkins would go, and John Arndt would also get collected right here as Brock's trying to rejoin the track, and right there, that would put Brock and Arndt out of the race. Brock was in, oh, that was right in front of the leader, Angel, as well. Vincent Allen and Nick Pericles would pit on lap 31, so we're expecting Angel to come in soon. There's Perkins coming in. Expecting Angel to come in the next lap, and then Myatt a couple after that. Like I said, we keep talking about Myatt, even though he's in the lower top 10, quite a ways back. Myatt is the fastest car out there, and this is a longer time distance race. I mean, we're not even halfway done. Are we halfway done? No, we're not halfway done yet. We're already 50 minutes into it, so it's going to be a long race. Cooper Siron would blow up the Qantas Team Australia car. This is important because this is Sean Angel's teammate here. The 44 car grenading up there. Oh, the 6 is
getting stuck back there as well. And we got a lot of cars just stacking up there. That's... What are they having, a tea party down there? This track is entirely blocked. That's going to hold up Myatt and a couple other cars there. Myatt's going to get a few of these cars, though, in the process, though, which actually, despite stopping and sacrificing time that way, he might actually get a few. No, Ray Hall screwed him up. Never mind. So, despite that whole little shebang there, Myatt got held up there, or else I think Myatt would have taken the provisional lead, but remember, he's on a different strategy, so he would have to come down pit road. So I think Angel's overall the leader. Second position, I think, is the 9. I don't know who's in. Maybe Angel's in second. Somebody on pit road was in second, so Myatt's in second right now. And I think Vincent Allen's in third, but remember, Myatt's got a pit. We didn't notice it, but while that whole, slowdown was happening, Pad Car blew up. We thought it was the 44 car, but Pad Car would fall out because of that. So Pad Car's done as well from 4th position. Jessica Shelton would then grenade the 25 car and fall out of the race. A tough break for Shelton. That would actually hold up to 47, I believe. So the 9 pits from 3rd. Looks like Saarinen has got some issues a little further back. Wonder what happened with Saarinen now. Well, add Saarinen to the list of the drivers that blew up their car. Saarinen's now out of the race in the 12 car. So we're getting engine grenades left and right now. Add Tuomas Saarinen to the list of the drivers who grenade their motors. That's Saarinen out of the race. Tough break for him. As much as some people would like to not believe, Sean Angel's about to lap up to 11th position. And despite some of these cars further back on different strategies that are quicker than Angel, like, well, actually the 8 now is. The 9's been quicker. Tauger Hercules is having a lot of issues with his car now. He was up front early on and had, I believe, a fuel line issue, so he had to come down pit road. A lot of these cars are quick enough, but they, like Myatt, for example, he's going to need to come back down. He's about half a lap behind and needs to really push here, set some blistering laps. He has clear track in front of him for the most part if Ekdahl doesn't screw with him, which Ekdahl doesn't. So Myatt needs to set off a bunch of qualifying laps to get a top 5, I think. The 22 of Gabe Messina would come down pit road from top 5 position. However, he wouldn't rejoin the race because the car would die under the pit stop cycle. So Messina's out now as well. However, much to the chagrin of everybody, Sean Angel's opened up a massive, I believe, 18-second lead over Vincent Allen. Yeah, I passed Vincent Allen there. There's Vincent Allen coming across the line, and Vincent Allen is not very quick either. Although none of these cars really are in the top 3. They just are only up there. Well, Tauger's quicker than Vincent Allen. Tauger's in 3rd. Looks like we might be getting an FNS Viper on the podium. Tauger, if something were to happen to Angel, might be a threat to win this race. The 9 right now is running in the top 5, battling with Aaron Perkins for a 4th position. And this is a legit 4th, mind you. Myatt is 2 seconds faster a lap than Perkins. And I think 2 seconds a lap faster than Angel, for that matter. I think they're running pretty even times, about 1.5 seconds faster than Angel. But this is the hard part about Surfer's Paradise is you gotta get clean air because it's so difficult to pass around this track. And right now, the 9 doesn't have it. He's got 55 seconds to gain in not that much time, to be honest with you. In under 40 laps. In about 30 laps, he's got to gain 55 seconds. That's pretty much impossible to go for the win, but a top 5 is definitely within grasp because he's already got it. He could get a podium out of this if there's something that goes wrong with one of the others. However, that's exactly what happened. Sean Angel would grenade the 55 car and Angel would fall out of the race. So now that's going to put Vincent Allen, who is not fast, well, he actually just pitted in the lead. Actually, I think that's going to put Tauger in the provisional lead right now. So Trek Tauger versus Vincent Allen for the lead. The 55 blew up. So now both Qantas cars have had issues. And that's got to be heartbreaking for them because Sean Angel had a race going there. So now Trek Tauger, who hasn't pitted yet, Vincent Allen has, is in the lead. How far back is Vincent Allen? Vincent Allen's quite a ways back. So we could actually be seeing Tauger take the lead here. And then you've also got to look at where the 9 is. The 9's been quick. He's in P2 right now on track, so he's technically in front of Vincent Allen. Remember, Myatt's got a pit as well here, but he's got clear track. He's got clear track, and Myatt's known for really blasting out some qualifying laps if he needs to. And no, it wasn't Angel grenading. That apparently was a fuel line issue, so once he got a tow back, they are going to work on that car and get it back going again. But that's going to be Angel's race-winning contention done right there. So Sean Angel going to win today for Qantas Team Australia. They have one more shot to win in their home country, and that is the round of Western Australia in Barbagallo. Joshua Michaels, I think, would have a tire go down here. No, he just blew the exit of the corner there and went wide and hit the wall. So Michaels would continue on, however. Alex Allen now is in P3 in the No P of Finland, which is interesting. There's Tauger on the pits. The 9 now, I think, is your leader. I'm not mistaken, maybe? Yes, the 9 is your leader right now. However, he's going to have to pit. Is that a slow Pandey prospector? No, it is not. There's Vincent Allen. Just beat Tauger out of the pits. They've got Charles Samper in between them. Samper's going to be picking up some more minor points if he can at least keep the car running straight. Vincent Allen is, I think, going to take the provisional lead, unless if the 9 pulls off a miracle run here, which I'm having a hard time thinking, oh, he's got a big gap over Vincent Allen. Not that big, but Myatt might be a threat. Myatt might be a serious threat here. He's going to bring it down, I think, this time. Nope, he's not. He's going to stay out one more. He's setting some really fast laps right now. 17.6. Which we're not going to get an accurate lap time on. Vincent Allen's doing 18 since he's come out of the pits. So 18. So Myatt's a full second faster than them. But he's got a pit. He's doing what he needs to do, though. Jake Baskinger, however, would then join the brigade of cars that fall out of the race. They're actually, for all the cars that aren't mechanical problems, there have been a lot of wrecks, so it isn't that high of an attrition count compared to some other races, but that's Baskinger done. All right, now it's time to see what the fruits of Myatt's labor will bear, as there's the 8 car. The 8 car is, well, close. I'll say that. Myatt's not going to get the lead this way, but because Myatt hasn't even gotten to his pit box yet. And Vincent Allen's on the front stretch. But remember, there is some traffic in front of Vincent Allen, too. And it's some pretty nasty traffic with Aiden Shepard, who is pretty slow right now. Ben Atkins also isn't the quickest, so that's going to put the 8 car in third. There's Ray Hall coming out of the pits. Tauger's in second. The 9 is still on pit road. He comes out. Ekdahl actually gets in there, but Myatt now is, I think, about 20 seconds back. But he's in heavy traffic. I think he's still going to need more luck, but Vincent Allen's going to need to get through some of this traffic or else Tauger's going to catch him. So Vincent Allen has 3 seconds over Trek Tauger, second position, and 24 over the 9. Now, it seems like the 9 would be out of it.
But I keep beating the fact in is that Myatt's about a second and a half quicker than everybody else out there right now. And like I said, Vincent Allen don't have a car. Vincent Allen's doing, on his own, I think 118, 119, so that's not quick enough. That is not quick enough for these two cars, especially if Myatt's chalking off 117s. I mean, granted, he's in traffic now and needs to get by some of them, which is going to help their cause a bit, but we're going to see here. Is Myatt faster in traffic than these guys are alone? Nah, he did a 120 there, but he is losing ground, actually, because of this traffic. And Ryan Griffin's holding him up even more here. Myatt's going to need to get through this traffic, but I do think he's got a serious shot at this if he can get through this traffic, and he's got to go back to setting those quali laps. Vincent Allen now is having a lot of trouble getting by his teammate at DJ Curtis there. Trek Tauger is going to have a lot of trouble with Ryan Griffin, who just came out of the pits. And really going through the order now, Myatt's got clear track and is chalking off 117.5s, 117.7s. So, compared to the 119s that Vincent Allen were running, Tauger and Allen are in on the same lap this time, so can they gain 3 seconds back? Tauger, I don't think that much, but we'll see. So Vincent Allen leaves the pits. There's Tauger coming out of the pits. So actually, I think Vincent Allen gained a little time on Tauger there. Vincent Allen needs this run for his championship hopes. He needs some good runs here. Let's see where Sanford is, our point leader. He's in 13th. That's a lot better than I thought he'd do. Sanford is going to gain some points here. He is 1 lap down. But with Angel out of the race, that's going to be, or at least with Angel being, I think, either out or no, he's at 9th actually, despite being numerous laps down. Myatt has a 25-second lead over Vincent Allen, but remember, he still has to pit again. But he's chalking off some insane laps on old tires. 117.7s on old tires is very strong. Ooh, looks like we had a little contact there with Alex Allen. I don't know what happened to him. So right here, Alex Allen will get turned by the 46 car, and luckily Allen would save it and pull off to the side, letting the 9 go by like he should, because he's still in 5th, so they're lapping up to 5th, it looks like now. The last thing the 9 needed was to get held up by the 46 on that lap. The other thing I'm looking at, though, is Myatt's going longer than these people, too. So he might be cutting out a pit stop here. I'm thinking the 9 might get this on pit strategy, too. But now he's in the pits. Where's the 8 in all this? Oh, the 8's even closer this time around. Myatt got held up a little too much there, and Vincent Allen's setting actually some of his fastest laps in the race. 1:18.0s. 1:17.7. That's a good lap by Vincent Allen. Interesting call, though, by Myatt. They only took right side tires, so they're going to cut in a bit here. Myatt's been fast with these old tires, so I'm thinking he's going to try and make those lefts last longer, and he's already pulling from Hercules, who, well, might be a couple of laps down, but he's got 4 tires, so this is a gamble by the Petronas team. There's Tauger. Tauger's not that far actually up there. Vincent Allen, however, is kind of escaping from Tauger here. And that's a quick lap, 1:17.7 by Vincent Allen. That's not what the Petronas Brigade wanted to see. And there goes Nick Hercules in the 83 car. He just grenaded the motor on that car. That's Hercules done. However, the 9 would initially die on the track. He did get it refired, but I think that's the end of whatever Myatt's chances to win was, which is heartbreaking for him because I thought he might have had a shot there. He was stopped for a while, though. And now the 9 car, even on that matter, is sounding kind of sick, too. 18.7s.
Tauger's your leader because Vincent Allen just pitted. Ooh, contact up front. Somebody's blowing up, I think. That is the 7. So that's Vincent Allen's teammate, DJ Curtis, is grenading. Contact with the 46 car there. But that's DJ Curtis going out of the race. So maybe Vincent Allen's got an issue. Tauger would come on the pit road at the same time that Myatt would, so this isn't going to be a pit strategy race. It wasn't going to work out that way. Tauger's going to come out right in front of Myatt. That's kind of an idiotic move there. That's what cost Myatt the chance for the victory there, and Vincent Allen's got a big lead now. And I think Tauger might need to come back down. Myatt needed extra time on pit road to repair the right front end damage there. And Tauger, from what we hear, isn't getting a penalty for that, despite Myatt getting one earlier. So that's absolutely ludicrous, I think, because Tauger did the same exact thing, or Tauger's crew did. That's absolutely insane on I think. That is absolutely wrong. Tauger, I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. Despite needing a tow back to the pits and going, I guess, a lap down right now, even though he hasn't pitted yet, Angel is on the lead lap. Sean Angel's on the lead lap in 4th position. 5th position's Aaron Perkins, though, and I think Perkins is a little bit faster than Angel. 6th is Jacob Hart, who had the pole on the start of the race, and, well, got wrecked, fell back a ways, and now it's at 6th. Hart's had a quick car today, despite having all kinds of damage to it. Vincent Allen's car is right now going faster than it has all race right now. It's doing 17.5, 17.5s consistently. Now that was a slower lap, 18.3 there, but Tauger's not running well right now. He's only, I think, got a 19.0 last time by. This time by, he had an 18.7. Not a chance in hell is he going to catch the 8 car. Unless something happens to the 8 in the last little bit, which I don't think is going to happen. The 8 car the last couple laps has been struggling, but I think he's just in straight up fuel con mode. Actually, the 9, I think, is... Well, no, the 9 still sounds sick. I was listening to another car there by mistake. But Vincent Allen is going to... Never had the fastest car of the race, but he's, based on just straight up consistency, is going to bring it home with the win here at Surfers Paradise. Second's going to go to Trek Tauger, who... that's a great run by Tauger, despite that little pit road incident there with Myatt. That was a great run by Tauger, and third is going to go to Myatt, who actually, in that last stint, didn't do all that bad for having a car that I think might be down a cylinder. Anyway, let's go down to your full finishing results. So Vincent Allen's your winner today, Trek Tauger second, Myatt third, Angel does come home 4th. That's going to be a good points haul by Angel, a lot better than I thought he'd get. 5th is, so we're actually going to have a championship fight going into Barbagallo. 5th is Aaron Perkins, 6th is Jacob Hart, 7th is Yevgeny Kuznetsov, 8th is Luca Fontana, 9th is Kyle Collins, 10th is Lucian Ekdahl, 11th is Charles Samford, 12th is Ben Atkins, 13th is Tristan Wilhoit, 14th is Joshua Michaels, 15th is Andrew Cross, 16th is Chris Dodd, 17th is Jacob Eichholz, 18th is Tanya Jackwater, 19th is Alex Allen, 20th is Jay Stella, 21st is Roman Rail, 22nd is Ryan Griffin, he needed a better run than that. 23rd is Aiden Shepard, who persevered through a miserable day to at least score some points. 24th is DJ Curtis, and 25th is Nick Pericles. Curtis and Pericles both fell out. So going into the final race of the Australian Tour, we're going to show you the top 10 in points right now. And we'll show you that in a second here. So, coming up on your points, you will see that there are only two. It's pretty much a two-horse race between Charles Sanford and Sean Angel. The most points you can get in a weekend is 29. So, you will see that Myatt, Hart, Vincent Allen on back, they're going to need a lot here, especially for Kenny Myatt, because he can't go. He's not going to the Exbalto Islands because his wife's the daughter of the Amarian Prime Minister, and there's a lot of political mixed up between Amaria and the Exbalto Islands. So Myatt, for safety reasons, isn't going to the Exbalto Islands, so he's got a lot to do with one less race if he wants any chance at this. But outside of that, it's right now shaping up as a two-horse race. However, there still are enough races that can change that. Anyway, we will see you for the round of Western Australia.